Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I'm live with one of our Painters Clubhouse members, Miss Lisa Howell. Lisa, tell them hello and introduce yourself. Kind of tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
My name is Lisa Howell. I live in South Georgia. I love to paint. I do all kind of painting from canvas to door hangers to if it doesn't move, I put paint on it.
I love the way you think. What's probably the oddest thing that you've ever painted?
A saw blade.
Oh, right. You're the one who had posted those in the group because I think I had said that my grandmother used to have like a painted saw blade. Yours was the circular one, though, right?
I had painted that before, but I'm not the one that posted that. There was another sister that did
Okay.
that.
Gotcha. It all blurs together, and I'm like, who was it that posted that? Yeah, somebody painted a circular saw blade recently, and I said my grandmother used to have one of the long saws that you pull side to side, and it had like a whole scene painted on it. So I think that's just so cool. Sometimes I hold myself back from painting certain things because I'm like, is the paint going to stick or is it going to try to, flake off or whatever? But I guess if you seal it right, you know,
If you seal it, it'll be good to go.
yeah. So how long have you been a Painters Clubhouse member?
I think it was maybe April of last year.
Okay, so about 1 year. And
Yeah.
how would you say that life is different today versus a year ago?
Um, the community. There's a
Yeah.
lot of women in there that you can just bounce ideas off of. And before that, I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I'm a stay at home wife. I'm beyond the mom stage. I'm into the grandmother stage. So I get the kids every once in a while. But I'm a stay at home wife, and in a way it's isolating.
Mhm.
But I also enjoy being able to the ability to stay at home like I'm able to. But yeah, this has given me a community of like-minded women, and I love it.
Yeah. So we've talked about before on some of our lives about how sometimes when we paint something, we need somebody to show it to, and our husbands don't always give us the reaction that we want to get from somebody.
Hmm. Yeah, I usually get that looks good, and that's it.
I need more than just good. I need you to like get excited with me
Yes,
about it.
yes.
Let's be honest though, if my husband made that noise, I'd be like, "Are you mocking me?" I see some of our PC sisters over in the comments. Hey, Miss Wanda. Hi, Sandy. Some of you guys are showing up as Facebook users on our end. So if you can click the StreamYard link so we know who we're chatting with. So let's see. Okay, so why did you join the Clubhouse? Did you join for the community? Because a lot of people I feel like join because they want to learn a particular something or other, but then they end up staying because of the community.
I've painted, like I said, I've painted off and on for probably 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the things that you show, you're refreshing my memory, bringing things back to me. But there was this spunky little blonde woman in there that just, drew me in. And then whenever I met everybody on the group, I was like, yeah, this is a place I need to be because it's uplifting. It's not to mention the plethora of videos that you have, for instruction, but it's a perfect community to be in.
Yeah. One thing that I've heard people say to me is that like they used to paint years ago before they became a mom or, maybe 20, 30 years ago. And then they kind of left that all behind when they went and worked like a 9-to-5 job, or they just got busy and kind of left it behind. And seeing my videos kind of brought back the interest in doing it and trying it again. And so I think that's really cool. And you had said that I'm like refreshing your memory on some of the techniques that you knew, but maybe you'd kind of forgotten. And so I think that's really cool. So if anybody's thinking about joining the Painters Clubhouse, you don't have to be a brand new painter. You don't have to be a beginner. You can be like Lisa. She's been painting for a long time. She was missing that community piece. And so, not having anybody to show your projects to or nowhere to post pictures of and get feedback and people to get excited about it with, like, this is the perfect community for that, for sure. We just had our event in Kentucky here this past weekend. I wish you could have been there for it, but it was so nice with a group of ladies who really just, I don't know, it was like kindred spirits throughout the room. Everybody was, I don't know, it was so uplifting.
Yeah, I hate that I missed it. Our anniversary was, on the 5th, and we had already planned to go out of town, that weekend for our little getaway that we do. So I was unable to attend because of that.
That's okay. April's a busy time for a lot of people. There were some that had to miss because their kids had prom and all kinds of other things. Miss Laura Davis had a grandbaby that was born like just yesterday. So that was really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I know she's probably relieved that she made the choice to stay home because that baby came early.
I saw those pictures. He's beautiful.
He is. Yes, we can see you, Miss Laura. We just didn't know it was you. That she said she calls herself Yaya. Her grandson Bo, she came this past week, and her grandson Bo sent me a cute little painting he had painted for me, and he's only 3. So if you're watching, hello, Bo. She said he gets all excited when I come up on the screen, and I said, it sounds like I missed my calling as like a YouTuber for toddlers. Debbie Reed said it was so inspiring. Do you ever, do you have plans of coming to Southern Adornments Live, or do you hope to come to a live event in the future?
I do. I want to go to one of the lives. I don't know if I'll get to go to this one because, again, my husband has a business thing that I'm supposed to be going to about that same time. So hopefully if it works out where I can go to this one, then I plan to. If not, then hopefully the next one.
Yeah. Make a deal with him. That's what Tamara Gregory did with her husband, Jody. She said, if you'll come with me to this painting event, I'll go with you on a turkey hunting trip. So they
sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So tell us, is there anything in your craft room that you couldn't live without?
There's a lot.
So many things, right?
So many things. I have specific paintbrushes that I've had for 20 years that I just, if those go bad, I'm devastated.
They probably don't make them anymore.
They don't. I don't know.
Okay, then share us the secret for taking care of brushes that are going to last 20 years. Because I know that's probably something somebody's thinking is like, how has she had the same brushes for 20 years?
Don't leave them in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you wash them, rinse them really good. I always rinse them under warm water. And then I use like Dawn in my hand and scrub them and get all the paint out, dry them off really good and lay them flat to dry.
And
then store them.
Yes. I do a paper towel check on them. Like I'll squeeze them with a paper towel. And if any color comes out whatsoever, I'm like, it ain't clean. And you go back to cleaning again.
Yes, absolutely. Keep them clean and keep them dry whenever, don't leave them in the water and they'll last you a long time.
Now, do you lay yours flat to dry?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that I didn't know for a long time. Like I was just putting them right back in the cup and wasn't thinking twice about it. But when you store them upright in a cup like this, any moisture that's still in the tip of those brushes will make its way down in here and will cause the handles to split and crack. It happened to this one right here. I don't know who did it, but
yeah, I learned that the hard way. So
I did too. Anna Akers says, hello, y'all from South Louisiana. I'll be attending your Southern Adornments Live for the first time. Can't wait. I'm excited. Yes, Southern Adornments Live is going to be a blast. If any of you guys have not bought a ticket yet, May 3rd through the 12th is our next promotion, and it'll be $50 off. It'll be also your last chance to use the payment plan. And we only have like 60 spots or so left, and this is going to be the biggest one that we've ever done. So y'all hold on to your seats.
Still trying to get Dolly, huh?
Yeah, still trying to get Dolly to show up. My husband believes it could happen. I said, I don't know about that, babe. Oh, me. Okay, let's see if I can come up with another question for you. What do you think is the key to enjoying the Painters Clubhouse or just your painting journey in general?
Interaction.
That's a good one.
Really putting yourself out there, which a lot of people are scared to do. And, I'm an introvert, really, believe it or not. But being willing to share your experiences and what you're doing, and then you have all these other ideas that everybody else is bouncing in there with. So it really opens up your whole scope of what you're capable of doing.
Yeah, for sure. And not being afraid to try new things. I know some of the projects that I did early on in my painting journey that scared me the most were the ones that helped me grow the most. I would say yes to a project and then go, oh, why did I tell them I would do that? I can't achieve that. I can't make that happen. But if I pushed through that fear and did it anyway, I always came out feeling more confident and more empowered to do something else.
And you're not learning if you don't make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have to fail forward.
Yeah. Charlie is in her class. My daughter, Charlie, she's 9. She's in 3rd grade, and they've been reading a book called Failibration, and it's all about celebrating your fails, like the things you failed at in life, because you learn things from that. Right. And so she said, Mama, I've got to go and do a presentation at school, and I've got to tell them something I failed at.
And she's like, but I haven't failed at anything.
I know. She's so positive that she's like, I haven't ever failed at anything. So she's like, I need to think of something. So I don't remember what she came up with, but she was excited about it. So I love that they're kind of fostering that in kids. And, I tell her all the time not to be a perfectionist. She painted right alongside all of these ladies at Painters Clubhouse Live. She sat there the entire day and painted. Now, when she got squirmy, she'd get up and walk around the room, and she'd compliment people on what they'd been painting. But occasionally she'd come over and say, Mama, I need help. And she wanted me to take over and do it. And I'd say, no, I would show her just part of it, and then I'd hand the brush to her, because if I'm doing it for her, she's not really learning. So.
Right. You're a great mom.
Oh, well, thank you. Miss Pam Thomas wasn't able to be there with us this weekend, but Miss Pam, we were all thinking about you. She said, I didn't know about laying the brush down. I always put them upside down. I would imagine putting them upside down, like with your bristles down, is better than this. I just always lay them flat. I don't know. I guess it could cause the bristles to be shaped wrong. If it's, pushing against something, maybe. But I don't know if that's a bad idea or not. I was looking to see if we had any questions. Hello, Heather. Hello, Pamela. Pamela said, I am at a place of discouragement. I'm struggling and with shading, so I have not painted in a while. So you've been trying to learn shading, and that's what's causing you to feel discouraged. Is that what I'm hearing? What words of advice would you give her, Lisa? Do you do much shading in your painting?
I do some shading. The biggest thing for me, get a mixed media pad and lay down some paint and just start practicing. That way you're not messing up anything. I mean, it's a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, even a typing paper you can even do it on. But just start practicing and just going over and over, and you'll get more comfortable, and you'll have muscle memory, and it'll just start working for you. But just play. The biggest thing is play. It's only paint. It's only paper.
I think you need to approach it too like a kid would. Like Charlie has notebooks, and she'll just move page to page to page, drawing something new on every page. She doesn't overthink it. She just keeps sketching and drawing on every new page, and she's playing. That's exactly what she's doing. And it's all just creative play with no rules whatsoever. So I think that's a really good piece of advice. The other thing I would say is try other techniques. Maybe the technique you're using doesn't work well for you, but there's more than one way to do shading. Some people do it with like a medium that, what's it called?
Floating medium.
Floating medium. Yes. Thank you. And that kind of just increases the dry time of your paint so that they can blend better. Some people prefer to do shading with just water. Some people prefer to take both colors and put them on their brush at the same time and shade them together. There's all different kinds of techniques. I feel like the thing that works best for me is just the water and the paintbrush, and controlling the amount of paint I have on my brush, kind of having a paper towel handy and my little fine mist spray bottle. That's what's worked the best for me. Lauren said this weekend was probably the most projects she's completed. Yeah, she got kind of tired by the time we got to that last project, talking about my daughter. Una says the brush makes a difference with shading too. Try different brushes, different sizes of brushes. That's a big one too. You've got some happy birds in your background. Tell us, I forgot to tell everybody where you're from. I asked you before we went live and then forgot to tell everybody.
I'm from South Georgia. It's sunny and beautiful outside.
It is gorgeous out. We were just talking about how we wanted to be out by our pools. She's sitting beside hers, but it's still too cold to get in.
I keep watching that thermometer though.
Yeah. Lori says, what's a floating medium? I don't know if I have any handy here.
Floating medium is actually the fluff that's in your paint without color.
Okay. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah. It's kind of like
it's just clear gel.
Yeah, it creates like a viscosity, so your paint's not too thin if it was just water.
Right.
Yeah, and so you can buy that separately and add that to your paint or put it on your project to help your paint last longer so it doesn't dry so quickly. But I would also say if you're struggling with shading and you're getting discouraged, maybe just stop trying to do that for a while and just get back to enjoying like the painting process and then try it again once you've kind of picked up and been doing it for a little while. Okay, so Lisa, what's next for you? Do you have any goals for the upcoming year or anything that you're hoping to accomplish? Maybe a big project coming up?
Getting my creative space completed. And I'm sorry, there's a train coming by, y'all. I live like a mile from a crossing, and they love to blow that horn through there. We have the building's already set up, but right now it's storage till the rest of the building gets done. Once that gets done, then I have my, not really a she shed, but it's my own creative space that I can't wait to get set up, so I can just go out there and leave my projects up and not have to worry about somebody coming by or anything like that. I can just close the door and walk back in and be in my own zone.
I think that's really important to being able to like fit time in to paint. Because if you can't leave everything out in a setup area, then it feels like an ordeal every time you want to paint. You got to drag it all out, set it all up again. But if you can just wash your paintbrushes out and walk away, then you can come back at any time to finish that project. I know Miss Lauren Martin, who was watching a little bit ago, she's a school teacher. And so she might only have 30 minutes one evening, 20 minutes another evening. And so she'll work on one door hanger all week long until she has time to finish it. So what kind of project or what area are you working in right now? Are you all like on a dining room table or something like that?
Actually, I'm in our utility. Well, it's not really a utility room. It's actually our pantry / my creative space. I mean, it's a 8x14 room, but it feels cramped because that's where everything gets stored. So, all your pantry items and everything is in there on one part of the room, and then the other part of the room and a little table like this is what I'm painting on. So,
yeah. Somebody's trying to call me in the middle of the Facebook Live. And they tried calling twice. So I was messaging them say, sorry, I can't answer right now. Let's see. Judy says we have a craft room, but it's currently full of stained glass and mosaic things. Ooh, that sounds really pretty. You guys have been following me for a long while know this, but I started out I had all my craft supplies like in a closet. And then I decided that was a pain in the butt to get things out when I needed them to be able to like work and I only had like the dining room table space. And this is when Charlie was like not old enough to crawl yet. And so I eventually got myself a cart that I could wheel into that closet and just park it. And I could just wheel it out to the dining room table. And that made it way easier. And then Charlie started pulling up and started trying to grab things on the table. So I eventually had to like wheel that cart into a back room and paint on like a little card table. Lots of people will call that my closet room. It wasn't really a closet. It was what is Charlie's bedroom now, but it was a storage room in our house. And I just carved out enough space for a card table. And I pushed my card up next to the card table and I painted right there. So you do what you have to do until you can step it up and kind of create your own dedicated space. But I think it's important to kind of at least have a dedicated space for all of your supplies so it's convenient when you can sit down to paint.
Yeah, I have all of my paint on little round things sitting on shelves, and then I've got groceries over here, and so but I have that little table spot that I scooch up there and I make do for the time being.
Yeah, that's great. So are you going to be painting our Americana truck with us this week? Do you have plans?
I am. I already painted one. I painted a small one and I changed it up a little bit and I gave it to my husband for our anniversary, which he liked it.
That's right. I forgot you did that.
But I plan on painting. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, if any of you guys are watching and haven't heard about this is our Americana truck that we're going to be painting this week during our workshop. It starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. And so if you've been missing out on having somebody to craft with, having like that community that Lisa was talking about at the beginning, this is just the beginning of all of that. You can join the workshop, kind of get a feel for what that might be like. Because inside these workshops, people are buzzing. There are photos, there are comments. Everybody's excited about this project. And you're going to be inspired because lots of people are going to change it up and paint the truck a different color, maybe do different color flowers. It's going to be so inspirational to see how people change it up. And I don't know, it just always fuels me. And like, I want to paint all the things after one of these projects. I get so excited.
Yeah, I want to try all the colors.
Yeah, all the colors. Are you gonna? Did you do a red truck or you did a different color?
I did a red truck, but I'm probably going to change up the color on project this time.
Okay. Any idea what color you're going to use?
I'm debating on doing a teal with some rust on it,
I'll be excited
or
for that.
I might do a royal blue. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided.
That'll be pretty. Corey will want that. Uncle Corey will want the royal blue if you paint that one. He loves UK. Anything blue.
I'm a Georgia dog, so
You're like, I ain't doing that for him. Oh, that's too funny. A lady walked up to him at Painters Clubhouse Live because he was wearing a UK shirt and it said UK. She said, should I put a D right here and an E right here so it would spell Duke? And he's like, no. Oh, we love giving him a hard time. Well, if you guys want to participate in our workshop, then you will have the opportunity to join the Painters Clubhouse. And so you can join a community like Lisa was talking about where we paint every month together. So it's kind of like taking this workshop and then running with it from there. Once you get bitten by that bug to paint again. Is that what happened to you, Lisa? You painted with us in a workshop?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Which project? The Lola?
I think Lola was the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lola the Highland cow.
Mm-hmm. I love Highland cows, so I mean, I immediately jumped in, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to kind of like help you get back into painting a little bit more, and kind of help you find that community that you've been missing out on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that if you have any reservations, don't join this workshop, and you'll see how great this community is.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And it's not like there's any risk either, right? Like if you decide this really isn't for me, within, the first month you can cancel, but I'd be willing to bet that's not going to happen. You're going to find yourself like, oh, I really enjoy this. And this is helping me feel connected and fulfilled. And it's fueling your passion for the craft.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for hopping on and chatting with me for a few minutes today, Lisa.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
All righty. We'll see you guys next time. I say bye to the train.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.